In fact, UFC would be starting now. So, unfortunately, we don't have any UFC this week. Obviously, we've just done a stream. We did an earlier stream of the Champions League final. Many congratulations to Chelsea, who won that. But I wanted to do a wrestling stream after. And this makes a bit of sense to do Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell? In Your House, Buried Alive. That makes a bit of sense because, of course, we've got In Your House coming up. So, In Your House NXT event is coming up. This one was recommended. I like it because it's a couple of hours long. It's got a decent-looking card. It's a show that I haven't seen in a long time. And it's just going to be a bit chilled, bit fun, bit relaxed. And I'm kind of down for that tonight. So, Saturday night wrestling stream. A wrestling watch-along. You've obviously got a bit of time. Going to take about 15 minutes to find it. I still haven't found it. I'm still kind of setting up from the football stream. So I'm logging into the network right now. So you've definitely got time, if you haven't set it up yet, to go to the network. And hopefully this is on Peacock. I would imagine it is. I would imagine the In Your House pay-per-views are on Peacock. I know not everything has moved across yet, but hopefully this one has. So we're looking for In Your House 11. We're looking for In Your House Buried Alive. And in fact, do you know what? It's actually probably even better that we've done In Your House thinking about it, because if it had been a different pay-per-view, it might not have been on Peacock yet. For those of you that have got Peacock, have you got all the pay-per-views? It is on Peacock, says Sean Rossett. Amazing. Ricky KV, you did. Shout out to you. In Your House pay-per-views are on Peacock. Amazing. I didn't even think about that, you know. I didn't even think that not all the pay-per-views have moved over on Peacock. So, it's kind of a little bit crazy that we're just kind of... We're doing this one. Not by chance or not out of luck, but... I'm pleased that we've decided to do an In Your House. It is on Peacock, says Sam. For anyone looking, it's In Your House 96, says Anna Dawes. October 20th, 96. Here we go. The World Wrestling Federation. Right, we're going to wait a little bit anyway. I'm just going to tweet out and just let people know we're live. We're just going to wait a little bit just because it's a bit unusual for us to be doing this stream. Obviously, people I would totally understand might not even know we're streaming right now. So, as I said, this one's going to be a little bit chilled, a little bit relaxed. It runs for 1 hour 50. It's got a nice looking card. It's In Your House. It ties into NXT. It's just going to allow us to sit back, relax, have a little chat, watch some wrestling. We've done some football on the channel. So I didn't want to only do football today because I appreciate a lot of people in the community aren't really into football. So it just makes sense to kind of finish and round things off with a wrestling stream. So Dave said, I'm set up and ready to go. Oh, and that's all that matters, is it, Dave? As long as Dave is set up and ready to go, then it doesn't matter if any new people want to join us. Doesn't matter if other people are struggling to find it. No, guys, Dave's set up. Dave is set up. Dave is ready to go. So apparently now we have to just go. We have to just start, apparently. I know that's not what you were saying. Shout out to you, Dave. This is one of my favourites in your... This is one of my favourite In Your Houses. That's why I chose it, says Ricky KV. Hayden said, I've got it set up. Oh, right, well, Hayden's got it set up now. So Hayden's got it set up. It doesn't matter, guys. You don't need to wait for anyone else. Hayden has got it set up now. Days, how old was you when this aired? I was... What year is this? October 20th, 96. So October of 96. I would have been... In the October, I would have been 21. I would have been 21. 21 in the October of 1996. In Your House 11, Buried Alive. Yeah, a young, fresh-faced, 21-year-old me would have been sat there watching this. So excited. I would have been so excited, guys. Because I would have been sat there watching this thinking, wow, you know, in 25 years from now, I'm going to watch this again, but we're going to stream it with people. And I would have been thinking that. I would have been thinking that at the time, and I would have been so excited because I wouldn't have had any friends back then. So the idea that I could sit down and talk to rows of text and pretend they're friends would be so exciting to me. So exciting. Hasib said, Days, we should have done Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell show thing as Hell in a Cell is coming up. Well, you live and you learn, don't you, mate? You live and you learn. Ant says, Days, you're old. Good old wrestling, says Miss Clown. Ant, yes, I am. That's true. Dave said, fun fact, I'm not waiting. I've already started. About halfway through this stream, Dave will be like, right, that was awesome, guys. I finished the show, so I'll see you later. I might join in the fun. Whoa, LW90. I think you should. Jay said, we've done that one already. Have we? We've done Hell in a Cell, have we? I believe you. Is this In Your House 11 or 13? It's 11. Number 11. We're gonna wait for at least another 3 minutes, maybe even 8 minutes, guys. I don't know, but we are gonna wait just a little bit longer, just to allow people to come in. If you are just joining us, we haven't started. The fun has not begun. And it looks like Undertaker's about to throttle me. Is anyone else thinking that? I just saw how the image looks in the background. It really looks like Undertaker's coming for me. So, yeah, I'll let that sink in for a few minutes. Yes, Days, you didn't like the pay-per-view, just the Undertaker Mankind match. Oh, you're talking King of the Ring. Right. I thought you was talking about a Hell in the Cell show. I thought you was talking about Hell in a Cell, the show. And I thought you was talking about... to be honest, I didn't catch them say Mankind. I thought we were talking about an Undertaker Hell in a Cell. So in my head, I thought we were talking about Undertaker Brock. Because that's one of the Hell in the Cells that came to mind. I don't know why that one, but that was the one that came to mind. I didn't realise you was talking about King of the Ring. King of the Ring 98. Yeah. Sucked. It was awful. But that match is great. No spoilers, please, Dave, says Anna. Brony says, start it already. No, guys, if I start it already, how are you guys going to have time to hit that like button? Yeah! Hit the like button, guys. It really helps the channel. And I'm just looking now. We've got 108 people watching. We've got 60 like, guys. Tap that like button. Yeah, smash that like button. Pile drive that like button. Yeah, that's all I need from you guys. That's the only thing I'm asking, guys. Yeah, we'll get started with this. As soon as we get to 65 likes, then we'll start with this. We're on 64 at the moment. Yeah, we just need... Okay, we're on 67. Maybe I went a bit too low there. I was on... I can't remember what channel I was on, but I was seeing someone do that. And I was like, this is so annoying. This is so annoying. I'm so glad that I don't have to do that. I do it for the big shows, in all fairness, because they do genuinely make a difference, but I don't do it for these ones. Superman punch that like button. Yeah, guys. Hit the like button. Yeah. Hit a spike on the like. Hit a like spike. Brian said it's at 74. Yeah, I meant 84. That's what I meant. We're on 82. So, do you know what I mean? My hands are tied, Brian. My hands are tied. What am I meant to do? Until we get 2 more, what am I meant to do, Brian? Hello, Days. I'm feeling better today. I came home from the hospital and I have slept long. Big boy Dally, shout out to you, bud. McLean said, I don't want to move my finger. Dude, I know. I fully understand. I fully understand. But my hands are tied. We're on 83 likes, guys. Now we're on 86. Brilliant. Right, thanks a lot. Appreciate the support. And we will get going. I promised you that we would do it as soon as we got to 94 likes. We're just 6 away, guys. We're just 6 away. This is my new strategy now. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep moving the goalposts. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is the greatest YouTube strategy in the world. Nah, I'm only kidding. I don't even want your likes. Ugh. Right, here we go. Here we go. We'll get going. Yeah. As long as Dave, can I just double check? Are you all right to start? Yeah, we all... Hayden, are you happy for us to start? Or... Mike says, give it a curb stomp. Yeah, guys, give it an RKO. Give it a curb stomp. Give it whatever you want. I don't care. Can we just go ahead and start? Yeah, we got to 100. Yeah! Shout out to you lot. We got to 100. That already makes this one of the most liked streams we've ever done. Amazing. Right, okay. Big shout out to all of you. You know, earlier when I just said I don't care for the likes, I honestly, I got hacked. That wasn't me that said that. I actually really appreciate it. So, right, here we go then. Are we ready for a good time? Okay, we're going to get going in 3, 2, 1. Boom. The World Wrestling Federation. This isn't WWE. What's this? What's this? WWE wannabe. The destruction of you, mankind. Okay, so we are up and running. We are underway for what is officially being called Chilled Saturday. Right. Jay said, love this intro. So they're just building up the backstory for the Buried Alive match. Obviously, Mankind came onto the scene. He was a great opponent for The Undertaker. They had a great feud. And Paul Bearer. Cheeky Paul Bearer. That's all I'm going to say. Right. We go over to the arena. We've got... pyro going off. Vince McMahon welcomes us. We've got a little casket that's popped up. And it says, In Your House, R.I.P. JR. Jerry the King Lawler. Vince McMahon. These graphics are fun, aren't they? Jerry Lawler says, I don't get it. I wouldn't want to be involved in it, but I can't wait to see it. JR didn't have a microphone. He looked a bit peeved off there, JR. Was that a skit? I don't actually know what that was. Everyone's got this feels. I don't quite know what this is. There seems to be some genuine heat between Vince and JR. Right, this is Hunter Hearst Helmsley, guys. Who's this woman? Who's this lady? That's not Stephanie. You're not Stephanie. Who are you? Blonde Stephanie. Who's blonde Stephanie? Is that Linda when she was younger? What is this? Is that young Linda? Is Triple H coming down with young Linda on his arm? He was a bit of a heel back then. Right, I think it's Hunter Hearst against Stone Cold. Do you know what I mean? What a way to open the show. Triple H against Stone Cold. That's how we're opening this In Your House. Who is this woman? Who is this woman? I don't know who the woman is. Triple H gets into the ring and Hunter Hearst Helmsley gets into the ring. This stuff is real compared to soccer. Here's Stone Cold. So he was meant to face Savio Vega, but he's facing Hunter Hearst Helmsley instead. There's not a damn thing wrong with Savio Vega, and I know that for a fact. Oh, it's good, isn't it? Seeing a promo from Stone Cold. This is good stuff. This is a great way to start this show. We're only 4 minutes in. Right, the music hits, the glass breaks. Look at this, and there's no massive pop. Look at this, it's so weird. Look at that, like the music, the glass broke, and everyone's like, it's like watching the AEW crowd from last night. Stone Cold coming down. I mean, if that happened now, they'd all them people would just explode. Whoa, that person, look, grabbing Stone Cold. It's like, ugh. Who's that woman? What's going? Is that a woman? I don't even know if it was a woman. Some Shawn Michaels fan. Right, Hunter Hearst gets in there. Who is the woman with Hunter Hearst Helmsley? I legit do not know. I certainly don't remember her being around for very long. I don't remember her at all. So now Jim Ross is having audio difficulties with his microphone. Oh, he's getting wound up, man. I don't know if this is a work or a shoot or what this is. Anyway, we're starting off with Triple H against Stone Cold. And that young lady sitting at ringside. Wonder what she's doing now. Hey, probably on drugs. I think Austin was the one that touched Stone Cold. I think that as well. Triple H did the gimmick with different valets. China made it even better, says Joseph. This was before Triple H came to game. Yep. I'm trying to find this on Peacock. It is Slim Jim. Yeah, it's In Your House. In Your House 11. They're trying to fix his headpiece. There's a few fans at ringside. There's so much to talk about. Who are these fans at ringside? Two big fans getting quite animated, getting right in the face of Hunter Hearst Helmsley. We've just got these steel railings. Jim Ross still hasn't got his microphone working. This is carnage. Stone Cold sticks his fingers up to Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Everyone is laughing at Man City now, says Joseph. Well, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. Search In Your House, then go to Season 2. What? Season 2 of In Your House. What are Peacock doing? J14 says, poor Jim Ross. Jim Ross is moaning, says Sam. Wow. He's having microphone difficulties. I can relate to that. I've had many microphone difficulties. It's very frustrating. Back elbow by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. They're talking about Bret Hart coming back. R.I.P. Jim Ross's microphone. Edward Brown, shout out to you. Oh, it's gone again. Beat him up, Stone Cold, says Austin. Peacock has seasons like Hell in a Cell Season 2, In Your House Season 3. Silly. That's silly. Silly Peacock. Peacock's the silliest of all birds. Right, I'm going to have a look, see if Dave Meltzer has scored this show. Dave Meltzer star ratings. Let's get them on the go. Underway with Triple H and Stone Cold. I don't think this is going to get much time because this whole show's only going for just under 2 hours. And Hearst Helmsley goes to the outside, regroups. In Your House. Here we go. Okay, so this actually gets 3 1/4 stars. 3 1/4 stars, this match. In fairness, it goes for 15 minutes. So let's watch this. Against the ropes goes Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Down goes Austin. Lovely, look at that elbow. It's a weird way to deliver an elbow. Hunter Hearst Helmsley coming off the ropes. Kind of hits it like this. Nice working on the arm. Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler said, I don't see how Helmsley got up from that elbow. In Your House should have aired live from someone's house. That would have been good. Imagine if they just had a ring in someone's back garden. Imagine that. Why don't they do that? Just go to Vince's house, put a ring in the back garden. Invite, 500 fans round. I mean, obviously make sure the doors are locked. You don't want fans trooping around your house. But, do you know what I mean? Put a few stands. That'd be cool. Something a bit different. And you might be thinking, yeah, but an arena full of people will make more money. Here's what you do. You charge everyone $1 million a ticket. Think about that. Yeah. Money, 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 money. PlayStation presents Buried Alive. Big boot by Stone Cold. Dave said, I wasn't watching most of the time, to be honest. I was a young man going out drinking. Wrestle with Andy, shout out to you, says, I remember buying this video at Safeway. Hey, Wrestle with Andy, I was thinking about you earlier. I don't want you to get scared. I just want you to know it happened. And I'll tell you why it happened. I watched the Friends reunion. I watched it. I was trying to find something to watch for about half an hour. I had about half an hour. I was like, all right, I'll go to bed. I've got about half an hour. So I went on to Now TV, and there it was. Friends reunion. And I was like, oh. Wrestle with Andy asked me about this. So I was like, I'm going to watch that. Turns out it's an hour and a half long. And I was super sad because I lost out on sleep. But I watched it. And, I tell you what, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And then I read some reviews about it. And there was people that were kind of giving it 3 out of 5 stars. And were like, nostalgia, but nothing more. And there was people that were like laying into it. And I was like, I really enjoyed it. I didn't quite get why they were laying into it. And then I read the reviews and I was like, I get it now. It's because, it had James Corden host him. And it didn't really need him hosting. And it had, celebrities dressing up in, classic Friends costumes. It didn't really need that. Really, it just needed to be them, telling stories, walking around the set and all of that. And I was kind of like, yeah, I get the point. Okay, I still really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I've never been the biggest Friends fan, but I've seen all the episodes. And I remember watching it when it was on TV as I was a kid. Like Friday night, you'd watch Friends. The new episodes would be on at 9 on a Friday in the UK. So you used to watch it? Well, I used to watch it, certainly. And it was good. And I must admit, watching that reunion show, it reminded me how much I enjoyed Friends. There was some great classic scenes. I thought it was good. Why the hell would you do that? Oh, I don't mind Friends. I think it was really well written. I thought it was a really good show. I can't cope with like Big Bang Theory. I can't get on with that. There's quite a few that I can't get on with, but Friends, I can vibe with that. Reminds me of my youth. Youth. I used to have some of that. I still need to watch it, says James Chadwick. It's good. It is good. I finished watching it and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that. And then when I looked at the reviews and people were not laying into it, but they were like 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. I was like, huh? I like for an hour and a half. I really enjoyed it. But then when I read and they're like, we don't need Justin Bieber dressed up in one of the costumes. We don't need Lady Gaga playing Smelly Cat because that doesn't add anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just need to hear the stories. You just need to see deleted scenes. You just need to find out, stories, as we said, look at the set, maybe bring back some of the other actors that were a part of it. And they do some of those things as well. But, look, it was great. I really enjoyed it. There's a great bit where they read the scripts again, and they do like a reading of Ross and Rachel when they finally get together, and it was good. They've still got it. They've still got the magic, I tell you. So yeah, if you are a fan, check it out. I think you really like it. And if you're not a fan, stay away, because you won't. The crowd are not into this match, says Brony. Crowd are not into this at all. Stone Cold holding on to the rope. Triple H charging over. I mean, it's been a perfectly fine match. It's been a perfectly fine match. Elbow. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Shoulder up again. Against the ropes goes Hunter. Reverses, knee strike into Stone Cold. Have you seen the deleted episode they changed because 9/11 happened? I don't know, is the answer. My knowledge of Friends isn't that good. I've seen the episodes, but could there be one out there that I've not seen? Maybe. Sure. Is the answer yes? Sure. There is absolutely a chance there's an episode I've not seen. But by and large, I feel like I've seen them all. Are you streaming tomorrow? Yes, we're doing Double or Nothing. Here's Kurt Hennig. Here's Mr. Perfect. A standing ovation as Kurt Hennig makes his way down. So, Mr. Perfect has come down to ringside. Oh, he's gone right after that valet. Good boy. Hearst Helmsley doesn't like Mr. Perfect doing that. I mean, she's quite happy to walk off, isn't she? She's come down with Hearst Helmsley, and now she's took one glimpse at Mr. Perfect. She's gone, yeah, I'll go with you. I don't even think she said anything. I think it was just like, you come with me. Mr. Perfect's telling Stone Cold, don't mess with me. son, and he throws beer right in Mr. Perfect's face. Or it probably might have been water by the looks of it. Perfect taking off his suit. This match has turned into full-blown carnage now. Crowd are definitely involved, but Perfect's walking away with that woman. That woman's just going. That woman's like, okay, I'll go with you. Is that how it works? Do you literally just go up to a woman and you're like, you come with me now, and they go, okay? I don't really get how it. I don't get how it works. Because that's incredible what he's just done there. That's absolutely incredible. That's like next level relationship advice, isn't it? You just go out, you just grab the woman. Hunter Hearst Helmsley's upset. Stone Cold's there. Pat Patterson's come out. Pat Patterson is trying to get Mr. Perfect away. In the entranceway, look, we're going to look for a suplex. Hunter Hearst Helmsley suplexes Stone Cold on that entrance way. No ramps back in the day, guys. No ramps. Carpeted floors, that's what we're dealing with. Carpet, I tell you. Carpet. I miss a bit of carpet. I do miss a bit of carpet. That's lovely, that is. Lovely bit of carpet. I think I've said before, this is what wrestling needs. It needs more carpet. There's a real lack of carpet in modern wrestling. Stone Cold dragging Hunter Hearst Helmsley onto the mats and slingshots him into the ring post. Forget about it. Grab a granny. Well, I don't think she's a granny, is she? If she is, she looked fantastic. Is she a granny? She only looked about 20. Against the ropes goes Stone Cold. He tries to... is it like a Bronco Buster he was trying to do there? Here we go, looking for the stunner! Stone Cold Stunner connects. 2, 3, and Stone Cold wins. Stone Cold wins. Big Boy Dally says more carpet equals more views. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people want to know why views are going down in wrestling. Well, it's because the carpet's going down as well. Carpet usage is decreasing. Stone Cold wins. Decent match, says Brony. It was a decent match, actually. It was just kind of going on in the background and, you know, had a nice length to it. And it was decent. Can I just say, there is a lot of baseball caps being worn backwards. I don't know what that's about. If I had a baseball cap, I would demonstrate it, but I don't have one to hand. I don't have one to hand. I'm sure you can picture it. You know how you'd normally wear a baseball cap? Everyone in the crowd is wearing it backwards. Wild. Right, look, we've got Sonny. Sonny. Do you know, that's so weird. If I think about Billy Gunn, who's in AEW now, it's so weird to think of him in the Smoking Guns. With Sonny, it's just like, it was so long ago. You guys are on a quest to become 4-time tag team champs. So we just got an interview with Doc Hendricks, talking to the Smoking Guns. So it's going to be Bulldog and Owen Hart against the Smoking Guns. There's probably a need. You could probably have a cowboy tag team. In the modern... it's the kind of thing that like the Dirty Dogs could do, really. I could see Dolph and Robert Roode in cowboy hats and whatever. Sunny, but where's Rainy? God, I wish she had a twin sister and she called her Rainy. Stormzy. Oh my God. There we go. Long lost brother. Sunny and Stormzy. Right, Owen Hart. And the Bulldog. Boom. Right now, Cody is furious. He can't believe that Rule Britannia is being played in a wrestling arena. Those British coming over here, playing their tunes on our systems, on our music systems. Bum, bum, bum. There's Owen. He's got tag belt and he's got a slammy. So Bulldog and Owen Hart, tag team champions. And there's Clarence Mason. I used to have a figure of Clarence Mason, but I can't find it. But he wasn't around very long, but he was a manager. The British Bulldog, yep. The OG, the British Bulldog. It's been an alright little match. This definitely got potential. Smoking Guns were a really good tag team. So, Smoking Guns taking on Owen Hart and the Bulldog for the WWF Tag Team titles. I'm glad he called himself the Bulldog and not the Jack Russell. In 96, I was 23. That was the year before I was married. Heather, did you get married to Mr. Perfect? And was that you that just got led away? Is that how he married you? Please respond. The Purple Gorilla said, has anyone heard of a wrestler named Rick Crude? I can't say I've heard of Rick Crude. You know what I'm going to say. I've heard of Yokozuna. R.I.B. Davey Boy Smith. R.I.P. Owen. R.I.P. everyone. What year is this? 96. Wrestler with Andy said, this was my favourite era for tag team wrestling. Oh. I personally would have gone a bit earlier. Like late 80s. Early 90s. But this was still a good time. Very good time. Yeah, Wrestler with Andy, I didn't see your comment. Did you enjoy the Friends reunion? I wanted to know. I felt like you asked me. Because you had seen it. So I wondered if you liked it. Johnny said, Days, right now, I'm turning my room into a pro wrestling room. Do it. Up top, Billy Gunn, straight to the midsection by Owen Hart. Against the ropes goes... Oh, Billy Gunn, nice drop toe takedown. Leg drop by the Bulldog. Brony said Jim Ross is still having difficulties on commentary. Yep. Austin says I want to see more Stone Cold. That must be exciting for you, Austin. I don't know if you've... Is that the first Austin Stone Cold match you've seen? I think we probably have seen some, haven't we, on like previous watch-alongs, but yeah, I mean, you might become a fan one day if you keep watching more. I thought it was good nostalgia. Great to see them back on set. Next, we need the Fraser reunion. Hey, they're doing a new season. Forget a reunion. I think they're doing a whole new season of Fraser. There is definitely things in the works. Talking of things in the works, here's Sunny. I mean, fun fact, she doesn't look like that anymore. And I think she's in prison, but still. Quite the catch. This is my favourite version of Owen. I just want to confirm Rick Rude wasn't a wrestler. Oh, okay. Austin said, no, I've seen other Stone Cold matches. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. I know. He's live now. Confirm if he's a wrestler or not. No one's heard of him, so I don't think he. I don't know if you don't know if he's a wrestler, and none of us have heard of him, then I don't think he's a wrestler. Trust the process. Embid pays tribute to WWE stars. Days, odd question. Has there ever been a moment in wrestling that has almost or has brought the wet works to your eye? The old wet works. The old wet works. Has anything brought a wet works to my eyes? In wrestling? I mean, maybe when I heard Eva Marie was coming back. I don't know. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Mainly because I'm dead inside. So I don't really feel any emotion. No, I can't. I can't think of an example. What happened to Sunny? I mean, this sexy version, not the druggy one. I have no idea. Drugs probably in it. Drugs got a hold of her and... Days, you know that you was happy when Eva Marie came back. Hey, the wet works came back when I found out Eva Marie isn't coming back to wrestle. I can tell you that much. The wet works came back then. Dave in real life said the Eddie Guerrero tribute Raw definitely brought the tears. I tweeted you the Friends deleted scene. I will check that out, bud. When Eddie Guerrero died, his memorial show was hard to watch. Taker's retirement when I saw Paul Bearer. Oh yeah, that was good. I don't know that. Did I tear up at that point? There might have been a suggestion. I'm not sure we can label it a wet works. Kick to the midsection by Owen. Oh, Brody Lee. That was Brody Lee when Brody Lee passed. I'd have to go back and double check that. Because that was pretty hard, seeing his son in the ring with Brody's boots. Like, that was... If that didn't get you in the feels, then I don't know what would. Good double teamwork here by the Smoking Guns on Owen. Kick out by Owen. Days Bad Bunny said, it's real, it's insane. When he was training and the people were teaching him how to take bumps, Bunny asked, how do these guys do this for years? He has full respect to wrestlers. Okay. He cried when Roman got leukemia. Yeah, that could be, that definitely could be. Because the thing, no one was expecting that. That wasn't, that hadn't even leaked, had it? It just came out and, wow. And the fact he'd been hiding that for so long. Strikes to the midsection of Owen. I loved Owen and Bulldog as a tag team, says James Chadwick. LW90 said, these watch-alongs are fun. Do you do them often? Sort of. Kind of. I don't know. We probably could squeeze some more in. Well, I mean, we do watch-alongs all the time. But these retro ones we don't do as much. But we are, I mean, like, we are back after this. We are back tomorrow with that big I mean, like, really the main point of this weekend is tomorrow. So we are back tomorrow for that AEW Double or Nothing stream. Gwen said, I cry about most things. I get slightly emotional. I'm probably tearing up. That's cool. Collides into Owen. So it's all smoking guns at the moment. When Roman announced his leukemia, that was when he actually started getting cheered for the first time as a face. Not me, though, because I've always been a Roman fan. Savage and Miss Elizabeth wedding. A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, no, I didn't tear up at that because I was watching it as a young boy, and I wasn't really that bothered by the wedding, to be honest. Plus, you know, I mean, I wasn't there for, like, the story. I pretty much saw the end. I pretty much saw the wedding and then had to go back. So, it didn't really grab me in the feels. Owen and Bulldog have retained, by the way. Owen and Bulldog retain. Days, I remember when Roman announced leukemia, you was rubbing your eyes. It looked like you were tearing up. Oh, well, I didn't cry then, did I? If I'm doing the old eye rub, that's, you know, it could be anything. I could have had itchy eye. Do you know what I mean? Itchy red eye. I wouldn't label that waterworks. Waterworks to me is... That's waterworks. I can't remember doing that. Dun 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 dun. Big gates for the entranceway. No Titantron. Just big metal gates. Bathstroke. Oh, hello, Hunter Hearst Helmsley's on the superstar line, guys. If you want to speak to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, ring 1-900-737-4 WWF. Yeah. I wonder what happens if you ring that number now. 1-900-737. Don't do it. Don't do it. 1-900-737-4. Oh, and it says this phone number is no longer active. Ah, they've thought ahead. They've thought ahead. It was $1.99 a minute. $1.99 a minute. Hello. Welcome to the Superstar Line. Here on the Superstar Line. Get on with it! This is $1.99 a minute. Oh my god. Right, JR is in the ring complaining about the microphone. JR says tomorrow, I promise you, Bret Hart will be live. Save your tears for when Nick Khan strikes a deal with New Japan. Johnny said, Days, do you remember the 21st night of September When Edge retired in 2011, that brought a tear to my eye. He was my favourite wrestler. And Answer, my favourite wrestler, retire, my grandpa died, was not a good year. Shout out to you, Johnny. Asib said, I'm stressed. I don't know what to do on August 21st, as I want to watch Pacquiao versus Spence, but stupid Vince has decided to put SummerSlam on that day. I know, yeah. Yeah, well, Jim Ross has walked away. The original pipe bomb. Jim Ross cutting a pipe bomb on Vince. Days. And then when Seth and Dean split up on the same night, you ended the stream almost straight away. Because who knows? Maybe you was crying. Oh my god, look at Farouk. With his stupid helmet. Is that Ahmed Johnson? So we're just looking at the free-for-all earlier in the day. What Vince was the owner all along. Bum bum bum. I can't hear what he's saying. But we're just hearing from Ahmed Johnson. And then we go backstage and there's Ahmed with is that a plank of wood, is it? Threatening to, well, he has beaten up Farouk. So Farouk down. Ron Simmons looks super cool in that helmet. Mr. Perfect. Bum, bum. Mr. Perfect coming down, but I don't know why. So, Mr. Perfect coming down. Jim Ross. So Jim Ross has had a word with Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's coming down. There's like this whole other thing that's going on during this pay-per-view that I completely have forgotten about. So Perfect's coming down, but what's Perfect coming down to do? Is he going to take another woman? Oh my god. Lock up your daughters. Oh, I think he is going to join. Mr. Perfect has made his way out. And here's Goldust. Now we got Goldust coming down. Right, Goldust taking on Mark Mero. I loved Goldust had great music. There's a woman. Marlena. Mr. Perfect can run off with her next. Days, how would you book the Roman Cena feud for SummerSlam? Because we all know you are secretly Vince. I'd probably do it as like Roman saying no one can touch him. Like he's cleaned out the division, all this kind of stuff, and then have like Cena's music hit. Something along those lines. You don't really need to book that much, to be honest. It's quite an easy thing to get into. It's such a big match. You don't really need much in the way of backstory or anything. Kind of feel like that moment would be really cool. Roman going through the fact, like, you know, he's beat Kevin Owens, he's beat Cesaro, he's beat whoever else he will have beaten by that point. Daniel Bryan. Might even mention the fact that he beat Jey Uso as well. And then, Cena's music hits. There's Sable. Mark Miro backstage with Sable. I kind of like Mark Mero. Just he didn't have it, did he? He didn't do it for me, Mark Mero. I mean, people are applauding. Were people that excited by it? I'm really looking forward to seeing their reaction when he comes out. They might cheer for Sable. I'd be cheering for Sable. No, there's a pretty good reaction for Mark Mero. It's alright. That's an alright reaction. So, Goldust and Marlena against... Well, Marlena's not wrestling, but she'll certainly be at ringside. Sable at ringside, and here is Mark Mero. Roman should win the IWGP title. The Wild Man, says David Hall. Hasib said, are you excited by Double or Nothing? Personally, I don't think it's going to be great. Oh, no, I think the card looks all right. I mean, they're saying that this is going to be a more serious Stadium Stampede. So, I'm up for that. So, I'm quite excited by that, as long as there's no silliness. As long as no one's going to change their ring attire underwater, then I can vibe with it. I think we got Serena Deeb on the kickoff show. Definitely down for that. Miro against Lance Archer could be a really good match. I want to see Cody against Anthony Ogogo to see which way they go. And I'm trying to think what else. I'm not really too fussed by the main event. Orange Cassidy and Omega and Pac. I'm not too bothered by that. But no, there should be Shida against Britt Baker, of course. I know that's one Austin's looking forward to. So, yeah. No, I think it'll be alright. I mean, I'm more excited for that than I was WrestleMania Backlash by about 1 million. Right, Goldust versus Mark Mero. That is the match we have now. Time is very much ticking away here. We've got around about an hour left, and that is all. About an hour left. 1 hour, 50 minutes. Crazy Ginger said there's no broken mat, so I doubt anyone will change their outfit underwater. Anthony said the only way WWE would get 5 stars is if they work with New Japan. Hayden, shout out to you. Austin says Britt Baker's going to be the new champion. Mark Mero is backed into the corner by Goldust. Goldust running his hand through Mark Mero's hair. He's got like gold paint all over him now, Mark Mero. You see, I like this version of Goldust. This is the still quite edgy version of Goldust. Big strike to Mark Mero. Nice hip toss by Mark Mero. Ooh, dragon screw by Mark Mero. Arm drag. Another, wow. Drop toe hold. This is this is the most impressed I've ever been with Mark Mero. There's Mrs. Brock. Mrs. Brock on the outside. There's Marlena. Dave Meltzer said he didn't like Tony cutting the WWE promo. It made him look scared. To be honest, it just didn't do anything for me. I did see some WWE fans getting a bit wound up by it. It's like, why? Honestly, why? Because I agree. I think the reason he's cutting it does kind of suggest that he's affected by it. And he's trying to get some publicity out of it. So, yeah, I agree with Dave Meltzer on that one. I didn't think it was a good look. I saw a lot of AEW fans getting excited by it, and that's kind of what it was designed to do, really. But no, I think if you're a hardcore WWE fan, I think you should have just ignored it. Dave, do you want to know a fun fact? Dave Meltzer's highest rated match is the Young Bucks match from Dynamite, the one that we made fun of after finding out Dave rated it 5. What, highest rated match of the year is his Young Bucks match from this year. Did he? Surely he rated Wrestle Kingdom. Some at Wrestle Kingdom would have got higher. Surely. Big strikes by Mark Mero. Against the ropes goes Mark Mero. Up round that. Oh, a little bit botchy. By the Wild Man. Big back body drop. Against the ropes goes Mark Mero. Clothesline. And Goldust goes down. Goldust rolls out the ring. Dave's talking to Shida. Did you hear the Spanish commentator take the mick out of her? Disgraceful. AEW sacked him, says Hasib. I did hear about it, yes. Cliff Beavers said, this is when Cornette says Vince and Bruce were obsessed with Sable. Miro was pushed aside. Harley says of the, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it probably gave something from Wrestle Kingdom higher, but American-wise, there's a good chance that's the highest American-rated match. Sure. But you don't want to poke the bear. You remember what happened to the last TNT company. Robin said, do you think the $1 million bout will be defended at this year's In Your House? Could be, yeah. It could be that we get Cameron Grimes against LA Knight with the $1 million championship on the line. I could see that. Sable on the outside, looking concerned. Days, are you going to watch In Your House? Yes. I do plan on, yes. Stadium Pump Stampede is scheduled for the main event. Right, Goldust and Mark Mero on the outside. Mark Mero goes into the ring steps, and it's time for a little bit of banana. It's banana time. Second stream. Do you know what I mean? Probably is banana time. No Lean, shout out to you. Hope you are well. We're just watching Mark Mero taking on Goldust from 1996, because why not? We've got Marlena. Marlena is so cool. She's just sat in a chair. She doesn't look bothered. She's just smoking a cigar. She does not care in the slightest. Look, she's getting a bit riled by the fans cheering and saying stuff to her. Mitchell, shout out to you. Mitchell Gillum. Hope you are well. Mitchell said, Days, do you think we could ever get AJ versus Kenny match or a crossover? Just for fun, how would you book a crossover? I don't think you would get a crossover. I think there's a chance AJ goes to AEW eventually. I could see AJ running out his contract and, like, before he calls it a day, I could see AJ going to AEW. AJ's not really like a WWE loyalist. Do you know what I mean? He's not someone that's been with WWE throughout his whole career. So I very much think that I could see AJ like wrapping up his contract and just thinking to himself, yeah, I'll do a little something with AEW. I could see that. WWE will do whatever it takes to ensure that doesn't happen. But I could see AJ doing that. So I wouldn't say you're never going to get AJ Kenny again. because I think there's a chance that AJ could go there. I don't see Kenny coming into WWE. Although if AEW goes out of business, which I don't see happening anytime soon, then I'm sure WWE would be interested in Kenny. But I think it's more likely that AJ goes to AEW. In regards to a crossover, how would I book it? It's sort of hard, to be honest, because I can't say I'd be that. I don't know that I'm all that into that idea. I know a lot of fans would be. But I'm way more into New Japan and WWE than I am into AEW and WWE. I'm way more excited by that than I would be for the other one. So, probably standard Invasion. I mean, what else would you do? Invasion out of nowhere, just have them come running down. Start spraying AEW in the centre of the WWE ring. All that kind of stuff. But I would be more excited by a New Japan partnership. Goldust's got a microphone. And he's talking to the crowd whilst we're in the middle of this match, which isn't great. Back body drop. Days, did you hear Daniel Bryan won't sign with WWE unless they do a New Japan deal? I did not hear that. No. Where's that been reported? Is that from Meltzer? Mark Miro up top. Moonsault. 1, 2. Kick out by Goldust. Into the corner goes Mark Miro. Strike to the kidneys. Ooh, nice. Nice little roll-up by Mark Miro there. That was great. Hooking the arms and actually bringing Goldust over. That was a really good move. Mark Miro goes to the outside. If I was Tony Khan, I would be a bit annoyed with Daniel Bryan. Because if that's true, if that news is true, and they're only doing this because Daniel will only sign if they do this deal, right? Which I'm not sure I believe, to be honest. But if that is the rumour and that's what's being reported, then I would be annoyed if I was Tony Khan, because not only am I not getting Daniel Bryan, but he's now responsible for taking New Japan away from me. So I could imagine a lot of AEW fans being quite upset with Daniel Bryan if that news is true. Who's coming down? Is this Hunter Hearst Helmsley's on his way down? Hunter Hearst Helmsley's making his way down to the ring. There's Marlena. She hasn't noticed. Mr. Perfect's at ringside. There's a lot of moving parts here. Here's Goldust. Big strike by Mr. Perfect. Goldust was sneaking up on Perfect. Into the corner goes Goldust. Up on the shoulders. Samoan drop. Samoan drop. Samoan drop by Mark Miro. Mark Miro in control, looking to go up top. Goldust is down in the ring. Mark Miro is perched. Oh, he's taking forever. Boom. Shooting star. Mark Miro gets the win. So, Mark Miro retains the Intercontinental Championship against Goldust. So there's Perfect in the ring, Mark Miro in the ring, Sable in the ring. Sable's actually smiling and she's looking quite, nice. I'm not used to that. I'm used to seeing her being moody. Jimmy versus Jay will be next, says Anthony. Daniel said Leon Edwards has knocked Nate Diaz out cold, just practicing for 2 weeks. I think it's a terrible fight for Nate. Leon is an elite striker, and I see Nate taking an absolute beating. Mark Miro wins. He does. We're backstage. Look at this. Fake Razor and fake Diesel. Fake Razor and fake Diesel. They were cringe, weren't they, man? They were cringe. So Razor and Diesel left. And WWE just got a couple of other people to play the roles. And obviously one was Glenn Jacobs. But I don't actually know who fake Razor was. Right, I think it's Sycho Sid against Vader coming up next. Sycho Sid against Vader. Sycho Sid versus Vader. It's time. It's Vader time. There's Jim Cornette. Whose powerbomb is best? That's the debate, guys. Come on, guys. That's what everyone's talking about. Who's got the best powerbomb? That's gotta be Kane. LW90 said these promos are very 90s. Motic said, am I the only one that wants to see Tama Tonga versus Roman Reigns? Nah, that'd be awesome. I was quite excited by the Gorillas of Destiny against Usos. But Tama Tonga against Roman would be great. Shawn Michaels with the title over his shoulder. Roman seemingly doesn't have any challengers. What about Montez Ford? You mean Montez Ford that hurts himself when he hits his own finishing move? That Montez Ford. I mean, personally, I would pass. The winner of this gets a future WWF Championship match. I forgot that Sid was over sometimes. We're live, pal. Here is Sycho Sid. Sycho Sid. He's a psycho, guys. I think his music was bad. I mean, parts of his music's alright, but I don't know, I think he could have had cooler music. Because he looks great. But his music was not... His music isn't really something you can really get into. But yeah, people are into this. People are on their feet for Sycho Sid. He's still around. He's someone we never see. He's still alive. They could bring Sycho Sid back. Bum, 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 bum. Sid is one of my favourite wrestlers ever, says Crazy Ginger Jake Hold'em. When do we expect WWE to take a shot at AEW? We don't. WWE learned a long, long time ago not to engage in such things. So I don't expect any shots back. Vader time! Here he is, look. Vader making his way down. Coming down with Jim Cornette. Vader. Why? I don't understand why he didn't have his entrance thing. Do you remember when he used to have the big helmet in, like, WCW? And he'd make his way down. The Mastodon thing. Perhaps it was copyrighted for them or something. I don't know. I love Vader. I felt that Vader should have been WWE champion. And in fact, I think he was meant to, actually. Shawn Michaels making his way down. Here he comes. Shawn Michaels making his way down. Casual Shawn. We got Casual Shawn in a suit. Long hair. Sit boy. Do you think that Brock, Bobby, Roman, Cena is enough to build SummerSlam? Sure. Will we get Brock Bobby, though? But, yeah, I mean, that's bigger than WrestleMania. Cornette getting in the face of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels taking Cornette's hanky and throwing it away. Kicking Cornette in the backside. Cornette goes out the ring, and we're underway with Sycho Sid and Vader. It's time. It's Vader time. Big clothesline. Vader goes down. Sid against the ropes. Drops the leg. 1, 2. Kick out by Vader. So, winner of this will get a future WWF title match. Days, they said Vader hated traveling with that Vader mask. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. That's cool. It's time. It's Vader time. I love Vader. I was just looking to see if I got where my figure of him is, and it's just over there. But I don't know where the helmet's gone. It's pretty weird how Triple H and Shawn were on In Your House back in the day, and now they're booking their own version next month, says Robin. Anthony said, if Roman faces Cena, what if Edge faces Rollins? Be fun, yeah, I'd be down with that. That'd be cool. Would you rather have Edge Roman or Cena Roman? Cena Roman. I'd be more excited by Cena Roman. Vader going against the ropes. Collides into Sycho Sid. We sort of got Edge Roman at WrestleMania, didn't we? We sort of got it. I know Daniel Bryan was in. But I'd be more excited for Roman Cena. I think the promos and everything would be really good. Plus, I haven't seen much of Cena, have we? Seen a little bit of Edge recently. Shawn Michaels trying to cheer on Sid. Sid's down on the outside. WWE put on Instagram showing Nia squashing Britt Baker a few years ago. Shots fired. Anthony says, if you do Roman Cena now, do you have Big E win the Rumble? You could do that. You could do that, yeah. It depends when you want to take the title off him. I think Big E should be the one, personally. There's an argument that Big E could fail at first, though. You know, you could do Big E winning the Royal Rumble. Doesn't mean he has to win the title. It'll be a big disappointment, but it'll only make it sweeter when he finally does it. So, I don't mind a bump in the road. But, I don't know, maybe you would try and do it before then. Big strike to the midsection by Sycho Sid. Goes over the top. Oh, Vader sits down, seated senton. How dare she do that to Britt, says Austin. Sam says, Heyman teased Brock's return for the live events. Anthony said, if you do... Oh, we read that one. Who's to say Edge doesn't win Money in the Bank? I'm the man who rules the world, says David Hall. Vader showing off his muscles, showing off his guns. He's got the gun show on the on display. So we've got Sid in there with Vader. That body drop. Goldberg is going to win Money in the Bank, says Big Boy Dally. The AEW commentator who mocked Hikaru was fired. Days, where are you from? I'm from England. Strikes by Vader. I love Cornette on the outside. He's like doing it along with Vader. Into the corner goes Vader. Sid, boot to the midsection. He's got Vader. No, reversed. It's Sid that goes into the corner. Big boot by Sid. Vader goes down. Sid going to the outside. Have you got a picture of Britt Baker's head getting stuck inside Nia's hole? Well, I hadn't until now. Anthony said, I'm 100% backing Adam Cole to win Money in the Bank. Sam says CM Punk will be Mr. Money in the Bank. Big splash by Vader on Sid. Sid just getting his shoulder up. Just getting the old shoulder up. Days, do you expect Apollo to retain the Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens on SmackDown? I think so. I kind of feel like it's still quite early for Apollo in his title run. They've given him a Commander Aziz. I don't know if it's really working all that well. I think this is probably the best that Apollo has been, or the most over that he's been. But it's still not really setting things up. He's still not setting the show on fire, is he? Apollo. Cornette's losing his mind here. He wants Vader to just put Sid away. So Vader's calling for the Vader bomb. Sycho Sid is down. Vader climbing up. He's looking for the Vader bomb. Oh, knees up by Sycho Sid. Clothesline by Sid. Vader goes down. He scoops up, slams Vader. Sid looking out to the crowd on their feet, lots of excitement. Sid looking around. He's got Vader in position. He's going to look for what? A pile driver? Jim Cornette is on the edge of the ring. He's trying to sneak inside. Oh! The ropes get shoved right into little Cornette. That's probably why he speaks so high. So Cornette is down. He's having a lot of difficulties at the moment, Jim Cornette. Flops to the outside. Next week's episode is stacked Usos versus Mysterios for the SmackDown Tag Titles. Kevin Owens versus Apollo for the Intercontinental. Days, what are you planning to do after the stream? As usually we have UFC that finishes late, so you probably have some free time. Honestly, I haven't really thought that far ahead, to be honest. I still need to have something to eat, so I'll have something to eat. And honestly, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Oh, chokeslam. Sid gets the win. Sid gets the win. Chokeslam didn't look brilliant, in all fairness. Match was okay. Jennifer Lockhart, shout out to you. Jennifer said, it's a bit strange going back to watch these retro pay-per-views after watching the biopics on A&E, especially Sean's. That's a really good point. Yeah, it's a really good point, because you're looking at this and you just know how difficult he is backstage, and even by his own admission, he's an absolute nightmare. And also, because we know how it's all going to play out and what the future holds for all of these, it's quite interesting, isn't it? It is, I agree. Shawn Michaels gets into the ring, taps Sid on the shoulder. Sid turns around. Yeah, Sid's got some words here for Shawn. Okay, well, there we go. They shake hands. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Sycho Sid versus Shawn. Did Sid win at Survivor Series? No. I think Shawn carries it, doesn't he? What's this? Hall of Fame. Is this for WrestleMania? Was the Hall of Fame used to be before Survivor Series? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Hall of Fame on the Saturday, Survivor Series on the Sunday? Wow. I'm surprised. Rolling Blue. Undertaker, baby. Right, so there we go. Hall of Fame on the Saturday, Survivor Series on the Sunday. And I think Madison Square Garden is where that's coming from. Madison Square Garden. Do not phone that phone number. Phone number no longer active. Brought to you by Ticketmaster. Okay, so Sid is backstage. I don't know how many more matches there are. How long have we got? We've still got a little bit of time, in all fairness. All right, we've got just one more match. So I think it's Undertaker Mankind next, and that's it. There were some dark matches that we obviously don't get a chance to see. I'll see if I can find those to tell you about. So Sycho Sid shouting backstage, why not? Lol. Right, so there was a dark match just before the Stone Cold Hunter Hearst Helmsley match. That's the Stalker versus Justin Bradshaw. So Justin Bradshaw is JBL, and the Stalker was Barry Windham. So it was basically Barry Windham versus JBL. So that was the dark match before the show started. After Undertaker Mankind, there's two matches that they showed the crowd that we don't see. So there's two matches that the crowd get that we don't get. The first one is the Godwins taking on the New Rockers. That's Leif Cassidy and Marty Jannetty. So the Godwins versus the New Rockers. And, well, the main event that we don't get to see is Shawn Michaels against Goldust. So Goldust wrestles another match, only this time for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I wonder how they did that, because we've just seen Goldust lose a match for the Intercontinental Championship. Isn't that amazing? Goldust on the same night fights for the Intercontinental Championship, loses, and then gets a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just a dark match, though, that we don't see. And it's against Shawn Michaels. And Shawn wins. So, poor Goldust lost an Intercontinental and a WWE Championship match on the same night. That's a fun little fact. That's a fun little fact. What a loser. What a loser. Well, there we go. We're just seeing the build for Undertaker and Mankind, and Paul Bearer, of course, naughty Paul Bearer, turning his back on the Undertaker. Godwin's versus the New Rockers is Flair Steamboat quality. Hayden said it's time for the main event. Let's change over the text. Will be the demise of Mankind. Days HBK versus Goldust should have been on the main card. I would love to know how did they do it? Because there would have been no build for it, because officially that match never happens. Officially, we don't know about it. The main event tonight is this, but it's just they, I think, probably wanted to give the fans another couple of matches, because this show's only 2 hours long, 1 hour 50. So they wanted to give the fans a little bit more. So they've given them like another main event, if you will. But that's just for them. It's only for them. So, I don't know, do you reckon Shawn does an open challenge or something? I've decided I'm going to defend my title tonight. So if anyone in the back wants a shot, come on down, and then maybe Goldust comes down or something like that. Because I don't know how they would have got to it otherwise. Works like a raffle ticket. What did this match get rated by Meltzer? I'll have a look. Right, Mankind making his way down. So, Mankind making his way down to the ring. I'll have a look, see what this got. Star rating, Dave Meltzer. He gave this 3 3/4. 3 3/4 for this. Have you ever been to a live WWE WWF pay-per-view? Not really. Not really. I've been to, I've been to like NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, and I've been to like those kind of things, but I've never been to anything else like that. I mean, I suppose that kind of counts in a way, but... Right, here are the gongs. Do you keep your figures in the box? I didn't, no, but I do have some. Mainly because I didn't get around to taking them out of the boxes. So, I didn't keep them in boxes. Right, Undertaker's music plays. We're just seeing shots of the mound, the dirt, the shovel. And now here's a shot of Undertaker. No entrance attire for Undertaker. No hat. No jacket. Just coming down in his wrestling attire. He's ready to rumble. Undertaker is ready to rumble. Do, 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 do. I don't know. Is this purple Undertaker? Is he still in his purple gloves and all that kind of stuff? What do you think about this very stupid and awful idea? Every pay-per-view will now be 2 days. This will get more stars on and help make the stories progress quicker. What? I wouldn't have all pay-per-views be 2 days. I don't mind SummerSlam being 2 days, and I don't mind WrestleMania being 2 days, but we don't need 2 days of WrestleMania Backlash. I didn't need 1 day. Strike to Undertaker. This is the last time he wears the purple attire, says LW90. R.I.P. purple attire. Into the corner goes Undertaker. Bounces hard out the corner. Hurls Mankind into the corner. Big strikes coming in. Mankind goes down. Here we go. So, Mankind to the outside. Mankind grabbing the leg of Undertaker. Whoa! Mankind going hard into those railings. Smashing his head off those railings. Undertaker on that top rope. Little bit wobbly, but he comes crashing down on Mankind. Going Ghost. Shout out to you, Robert. Shout out to you as well. Says, Days, should Sid Vicious be in the Hall of Fame? How much do you think him breaking his leg against Scott Steiner impacted the rest of his career? Yeah, I think it impacted it quite a bit. I think, I don't know that he would have achieved a great deal more, but he would have achieved more. But I don't think he would ever have gone on to have been the guy or any of that kind of stuff. They've tried to have him as the guy. And obviously, you know, he tried in WCW, he tried in WWE, and he just could never reach that kind of top level consistently. He certainly had main events, and he had title runs and whatever. So yeah, he would have been around a lot longer, but I don't know if he would have achieved big success or bigger success than what he already had. So, should he go in the Hall of Fame? I honestly believe all WWE champions should go in the Hall of Fame. And whenever I say that, the first reaction is, what, Jinder? That's always the first reaction. And my answer to that is yes, Jinder. And the reason why I say that is because that is the mountaintop. If you can get into wrestling, not only get into wrestling, but find your way into the biggest wrestling company in the world, not only do that, but manage to shine to the point where you're in the main event scene, but not only do that, actually win the biggest title in wrestling. Like, it's the absolute biggest thing you can win in wrestling. This is the big title in the biggest wrestling company. So I think if you can get to that point, then yeah, you've got to be in the conversation for Hall of Fame. So I think that Jinder, his career's not over. He can still achieve a lot more. He's still around. You know, the chapter's not closed. We'll see what he ends up doing. But to be honest, yeah, he's in the conversation for me. Absolutely. And 99% of all the champs are legends anyway. Guaranteed get into Hall of Fames anyway. So, yeah, I think Sid did a lot. So I would put Sid in. Dave Cena is right next to you. Well, I think he's gone to the bathroom or something, because I've got quite a bit of room here. Craig said, fun fact, but John Tenta was originally due to come back as Earthquake in the Attitude Era, but he lost too much weight, so he became Golga. Shout out to you, Craig. Undertaker and Mankind fighting in the crowd. Undertaker launching over the railing. Comes crashing down onto Mankind. Think about what we've seen so far. Like Undertaker launching off the top to Mankind on the outside. They've gone over to where the grave is and they've fought over there. Now they're fighting all around the ringside area. They've been in with the crowd. Like, they've been absolutely all over the place. All over the place. Headbutt by Undertaker on Mankind, who goes back into the corner. Isn't that the shirt they found on the Mankind Treasure show? I believe so. I was looking at the urn as well. I think that's the urn they found from the funeral home. Oh, he loses his footing. So, the top rope. So, was that... I don't know who that was. Was that Paul Bearer? Or, I think Paul Bearer might have pulled on the ropes there. Undertaker losing his footing as he was going old school. Walking the ropes. Kick by Mankind. Stomping away. Who is the worst wrestler you've ever seen besides Eva Marie? Worst wrestler I've ever seen besides Eva Marie. Oh, well, what was that match? That Charmel match from Charmel against someone. I can't remember. Charmel against someone in TNA. It's normally up there as being the worst wrestling match ever. I watched that and that was atrocious. There's just times where they get lost. There's a lot of hair pulling. There's a lot of, like, what do we do now? It's just really clunky and it's just... Ugh. So, I can't remember who that woman was. I've got a feeling she wasn't really a wrestler, though. The person that Charmel faced. Strikes by Mankind. Austin said the worst wrestler is Fiend, right, Days? Sure. If you want to go with that. You're not going to be very popular on Twitter, I can tell you that, though, Austin. Big Boy Dally says, I can't wait to see him talk about this feud on Sunday's documentary. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I forgot about that. Mick Foley is the A&E biography this week. There was Gail Kim, but she improved. Oh, Gail Kim was really good. She was really good. I mean, I didn't mind her that much in WWE. I'm not sure I'd say she was one of the worst I've seen. But in Impact, she really stepped up her game, yeah. Is that a pen? I don't even know what that is. Mankind has got a weapon. The worst MMA fighter is Thug Rose, says Robin. Good old Percy Pringle, says Heather. Undertaker down. Mankind has got that weapon. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just a piece of wood. I don't know if it's a pen. Whatever it is, he's driving it into the head of the Undertaker. The crowd are chanting, "Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace." And now Undertaker using that weapon. Mankind goes down. He's really walloping him with that weapon. Against the ropes goes Undertaker. Mankind in the middle of the ring. Goes for a clothesline. Undertaker comes crashing down onto Mankind. It is a pen. Shout out to you, Sean. Leg drop. Leg drop by The Undertaker. Undertaker goes out the ring, and he's got Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer, in his sights. Look, Paul Bearer, look. Deathly afraid as Undertaker chasing after him, look, going all the way round the ring. Where is Mankind? Where is he? Move a bit quicker, would you? Kick to the midsection. Undertaker, well scouted. From behind, though, Paul Bearer with the urn. Look at Paul Bearer's facial expression. He smacks Undertaker with the urn. Undertaker turns. Paul Bearer's like, ooh. Ooh, scuttles away. So, chair shot by Mankind. And Mankind is licking the chair? I don't remember him ever doing that. He just smashes Undertaker with the chair and he's like... Tastes like dead, man. Charging after Undertaker drives his knee into Undertaker, who was slumped against those old school ring steps. Look at those old school ring steps. They look older than Vince. Austin said he agrees Alexa is his favourite wrestler. No, I doubt that. Austin does have some taste. Here we go, look. Over by the grave. Big strike by Mankind. And again, Undertaker goes down. Kick to Undertaker, who flops into that grave. Out of all the Taker's signature moves, I was never been sold on the flying clothesline, says Cliff. Mankind's in the grave as well. Big strikes. Dirt in the face. Ugh. Undertaker, Mankind. Battling it out. He's looking for a hip toss. A hip toss into a grave. Spanish fly into a grave. Oh, I'll tell you what. Undertaker really hurled Mankind then. He was like... right onto that wonderful carpet. We're onto the carpet. Making our way back to the ring. Asuka is my fave, says William. Right, back into the ring. Mankind and... pile driver. Pile driver to the Undertaker. That sounds like Mick Foley. Miss Clown 1, shout out to you, buddy. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I like this. It's kind of a chilled stream. I like the fact that it's not like too long as well. I mean, obviously we've just done a football stream, but it's just to give us some a different flavour tonight, you know. So it's just chilled, something a bit different. I like it. Might not have been the best show in the world, but nice uppercut by Undertaker. Mankind goes down. Against ropes goes Taker. Drops the elbow. No one home. Someone like the Great Khali or Giant Gonzalez might likely be worst wrestlers ever. Maybe Giant Silver. Plus all those bikini models. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think the thing with Giant Gonzalez and whatever, though, is that they're very limited, but I think they sort of had to be limited. I don't think, like, if you've got a giant, I'm not too sure they should be doing all these crazy moves. Like, just keep it really simple. Really, 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 really simple. So, I mean, they did suck. You had to keep it simple. But I can sort of, do you know what I mean? I can let them off a little. At least they got something going for them. They're really big. Whereas, the kind of bikini models that have never been in a ring before. Did you see that? Did you see that sexy face by Paul Bearer? Oh my God, that is the moment of this pay-per-view. Paul Bearer's watching and he goes, he's really concerned because Undertaker drops a leg and he goes like this, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he goes, that was amazing. That is the moment of the show. Paul Bearer. Oh, he really worked that as well. I don't know about you, but I was seeing calendars and everything. I was seeing Paul Bearer calendars. Paul Bearer poster in just his pants. This is what I was seeing. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I want to screen. I am definitely screenshotting that. Oh, that was good. I needed that. Sometimes I need bananas to kind of give me energy. Sometimes I just need Paul Bearer pulling sexy faces. Stairs right to the head of Mankind. Undertaker, Mankind were classic matches, says Robert. Paul as a bikini model. The Attitude Era would have been a very different era if we replaced a lot of those scantily clad women with Paul Bearer. Tombstone to Mankind in the ring. Undertaker points over at the grave. Paul Bearer would have been Diva of the Year. Harley said, Austin says Roman is the most underrated wrestler by fans and WWE of all time. Did you say that, Austin? Is that something you said? Please respond. Undertaker with Mankind over his shoulders, carrying him to the grave. Paul Bearer, you got to watch Paul Bearer, guys. Not just because he's sexy AF, but he can do anything. He can. Mandible Claw applied. Mandible Claw by Mankind. Days screenshotting a face reaction. I've taught him well. Austin said, I never said that. Well, there we go. Look, now the truth comes out. Undertaker has got Mankind looking to choke slam him. Picks him up, and he does choke slam him. Choke slams him into that grave. Man, I bet that was a moody place to be. Look at that. Undertaker desperately trying to cover Mankind in dirt. He's trying to cover as much of him as he can. So, Undertaker wins. Undertaker still putting more dirt down. The referee went flying, mate. You see the referee there? And that one's gone as well, yeah! Referees going everywhere. Like this. Man, what are they? Are they referees or trapeze artists? That was crazy. Flying away. The Executioner. Undertaker wins. I remember re-seeing this whole show on Raw, says William. David said Paul Bearer in a bikini. That would scare the ghost boy out of Jason Voorhees and made him gouge his eyes out. Crowd are chanting rest in peace. Mankind has been pulled out of that grave. Now Undertaker goes into the grave. Justice for referees. The referee thought he was Superman. Man, they both of them flew. Absolutely flew. Undertaker is getting buried alive. Bliss was a model. She was in NXT. Got the lights flickering. We've got the lightning crackling. We've got the Executioner, and we've got Mankind. The crowd are chanting rest in peace. Is Goldust now? Everyone's coming out to have a go. Undertaker and Mankind are Fiend wannabes. Big Boy Dally says, I love this. How long is left? We got about 5 minutes left. Poor referee. We've got Goldust. We've got... I can't see who else is out there, actually. Paul Bearer, Mankind, Executioner. Bronze Dust. The crowd aren't doing much here. They're just chanting rest in peace. Which, in all fairness, if you was Undertaker right now, that might be the last thing you want to hear. If I was Undertaker, I'd want to hear, phone the police, phone the police, get some help, get some help. So it's along those lines. Goldust should had triple pay. He's done so many things on this show. There's people throwing rubbish. There's people throwing drinks, cups and everything. Look at that. We're burying that Coca-Cola drinks thing. He's got a family, damn it. Drinks were just thrown in there. It's a great advert for Coca-Cola. This is a fantastic advert. There's been a murder. The crowd is still chanting rest in peace. So, literally, this is like we're watching 5 minutes of people shoveling dirt. And it's still better than Raw! Still better than Raw! I'll take 3 hours of this over Raw. Thanks for your awesome streams. Where's shout out to you, dude? Draven said, this pay-per-view is sponsored by Coke. Crazy Ginger said, I've got an idea for the future when there's no UFC on. You could do a retro UFC watch along because you have UFC Fight Pass. Yeah, I have thought about doing retro UFC ones, but I'm not sure they're as fun. I think a large part of the UFC is who wins. Whereas with WWE, there's obviously like big storytelling elements that you don't really get with UFC. So I don't know if going back retrospectively works as well. Wes, shout out to you, buds. Are we doing another stream? No, dude, we've done two. We've done 2 streams. We started at 7. Normally we would start at 11. So we started 4 hours earlier than usual. So I think we can say we're pretty much done for tonight after this. Bury your troubles away with Coca-Cola, says Magic. Some music sounds. Paul Bear is still shoveling away. Mankind shoves the shovel into the dirt. God, that took forever, didn't it? It took forever to fill that grave in. I think they learnt from that, because in future we would see lots of different ways to fill the graves in. Two streams and no crashes. So the hand reaches up. The Undertaker's alive! The Undertaker lives! He will not rest in peace. And that is the end of the show. Undertaker's arm shoots up. Undertaker showing that he's still alive. Right. Get in your scores for that show. Hayden, shout out to you, buds. Next stream should be TLC. It was Hardys versus Dudleys versus MNM. Right, let's change. Hang on, let's stop this clock. Get in your scores. Scores on the doors. What did you think of In Your House? Buried alive. Big Boy Dally says 9. Austin says 7. Dylan says 8. Edward says 2.35. I hated it. 7 says Anna. 7.8 says Brian. 8.5 says Alexander. 9 says Ricky KV. I'll tell you what, some high scores here. High scores. Austin says 7. Wes says 8. Hayden says 8. Dave in real life says 775. Cliff says 6. J14 says 725. Shakeem says 7. Crazy Ginger Jake Holden says 8. Ant Washington says 8. Brad G says 7.5. Jordan says 7. Hasib said I didn't watch, so I just can't rate. Sonny said seems like a 7.8. Devontae says 3. Craig says 6.5. Austin says Stone Cold was the best thing on this show. Matt says 86 out of 100. Brian says 3.7 out of 5. So we've got to tell you what, these are high scores. William says, I learnt that Man City suck at football. Better than 3 hours of Raw any day. Sam says 9.2. Heather says 7.5. David Hall says 8.5. He's alive. It ended 30 minutes ago for me, but I stayed around just for the scores. Bonkers, shout out to you. James Chadwick says 8 out of 10. It's one of my favourite In Your House pay-per-views. Magic says 8.5. Jennifer Lockhart says 7.25. These are really high, man. These are high scores. Harley said, days after all these streams, I know the third perfect stream for you to enjoy and not fall asleep. That would be snooker. What did Meltzer give the show? I don't know what he gives it overall. But we went through all the individual matches. He liked the opening and he liked the main event. He gave the main event 3.75. Fun to watch despite my low score. Sam says, I changed my score to 10 out of 10. That Paul Bearer face. Oh my god, I forgot about that Paul Bearer face. I need to find that Paul Bearer face. I will find that face and I'm going to tweet that picture out. I won't put any commentary on it. I'll just literally tweet that picture out. The world needs to see that Paul Bearer face. Right, I think we're about done, my friends. I think we are about done. So, what have we got coming up? We've got AEW tomorrow. I don't know what time that's going to start. I'm going to look into that next because I don't actually know what time Double or Nothing starts. So, I need to look into Double or Nothing and what time it starts. I need to... What else have we got coming up? We're obviously only doing the one stream tomorrow, but I'm going to have to be very careful about how it's worded and what the thumbnail looks like because of the AEW bots. So we've got that coming up tomorrow. We've got, obviously, Raw and everything else coming up. So, yeah, still got a busy weekend ahead. So, plenty to look forward to. Edward Brown, shout out to you. Big Boy Dally said, I rated Raw 6, and this was way better. So I'm going to give it a 9. What do you give it? This is my era. This is very much stuff that I enjoy, but I'm not that crazy about this show, if I'm being honest. You know that I'm not a big fan when it hints to the supernatural, and this definitely hints to the supernatural. I still feel that it's grey area in regards to that, though, so it's not like a total cringe fest. The match before is pretty good, but to be honest, I mean, like, Stone Cold Triple H is good. The Undertaker Mankind match is pretty good, but nothing really blows me away. There's not really any OMG stuff here. And the only OMG stuff is something that I'm not a fan of. When I talk about Undertaker and how much I love Undertaker, I talk about the streak and I talk about his matches with Shawn and I talk about his match with Mick Foley and I talk about, you know, just the impact he had, his character, his gimmick and all of that. But this kind of nonsense doesn't do it for me. I wasn't a big fan of this at the time. So, I don't know, man. My score would be lower, to be honest, than what the chat is. But I get why the chat enjoyed it. So, I wouldn't be too harsh on it. But I'd probably... I saw a 6. I think, was it Cliff earlier with a 6? I'd probably be around that number. Because I have to say, like, some of the matches here, I mean... Sycho Sid against Vader didn't really do it for me. Main event is decent. Main event's good match, but it's only in the 3s. First match is decent, but it's only in the 3s. And then the other ones don't even get that high, so I've got to say it's about a 6. I could maybe go a 6.25, whatever, but I don't know. What I would say is that it's a good... I agree with the chat in regards to it's a fun show to go back and watch. But it's not one of my favourites. I've got other shows that I would take over this, but no, it's good. Still good to go back and watch it. And I had what I like about it is it allows you to just have a really chilled stream, and that's what we kind of needed after that football one, to just do a nice chilled wrestling stream. Nothing too long, nothing too in depth, nothing too intense. No, like, epic WrestleManias or anything like this. So, In Your House was perfect for that. And this is quite a few people's favourites. So, makes sense, doesn't it? So, yeah, I thought it was a good way to round off Saturday night. So with that being said, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to end things there. And as we said, we are back tomorrow, but I don't know what time it starts. I really can't stress that enough yet. I haven't done any thumbnails. I haven't done anything for the stream. So someone was asking earlier, what am I going to do after this? All of that. I'm going to do all of that next. So sort out thumbnails, sort out titles, all that malarkey. So, and have some to eat as well. So awesome, guys. Wherever you are in the world, have a great evening. Really appreciate the support as always. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.